Morning, beautiful people. How are you? You know, I'm always laughing when it's been quite a week, right? Um, okay, so let's have a little, some teachers call it a Dharma talk, where you just kind of talk about things and kind of put everything in perspective. So we'll have a little Dharma talk here. Um, Been an interesting period of time. I think maybe those massive solar flares that gave us the aurora borealis. Um, I uh, I feel like there has been a lot of energy that's vibrating, and you and I have been working on this divine feminine for about 5 months, and we're kind of sliding into the awareness that we have that in us now in different degrees, different levels, and that we can call upon that. And we're sliding into kind of another aspect of our work together. And I'm very aware. I'm very aware of the power of the work that we do here on the quantum. And I'm going to just share something a little bit more out there. Um, just to put everything together. So it did, two journeys, one to Santa Fe and one to Sedona. They're kind of my spiritual outposts. They're desert. I was born in the desert. So it really it's a resonation for me. And it's also, I'm not so involved in all the spinning wheels here, in Santa Barbara. And so while I was in particularly Sedona, I finished kind of a lineage of journeying on the inner planes to some of the other realities that I was called to be in that are off planet. And at the risk of sounding woo-woo, which I do get accused of that, it all completely made sense, not only about what I'm doing here, but what we're doing here. So I'm going to share that during this period of time from right before I left to go to Santa Fe, actually even till yesterday. I mean, it's been a very cohesive process that has shared itself with me. And so my awareness is that I've made a very, very long journey as what one might call a singularity, meaning um, I'm not a this or that. I'm a one frequency being that was called into this universe from another universe to make a long, long journey to kind of collect data and encodement and share what I have with a variety of realities in the hope of it working, or in the process of me learning how to be in a cosmic world, which this is. And the part that we experience here is very dense, and the part that we look out and see also has density. It's atomic. We live in an atomic reality. Other realities are not atomic. And I had to learn to be atomic because we also have planes of reality, we have dimensions, and we have solidity. And we have these, we have matter and liquid and gas and plasma. And we have something called dark matter that we don't really fully understand. So we've got this whole range of reality here. So that was my journey. And then I kind of got to the end. And in the end, I had a invitation of sorts to shift into the reality of something called Arcturian reality. And without going into a lot of information about that, would take too long. I had 5 what we would call incarnations there. 5 resonant periods. The last one, I just realized what happened. And that reality went crystalline 6D. It shifted from actually a war-like planet. A lot of beings who kind of remember being trying to remember the war. I do. I remembered it, gosh, when I was in my 30s. I had an experience with a friend, and we both were like, wow. And it was a cosmic war. I mean, it was big, it was galactic war, perhaps, but it was big. And I participated on many levels, and uh, it went on for a long, long time. So I went from a warlike reality, sound familiar, to the up-leveling upgrade to 6D. And when I remembered this, I started crying because it was so beautiful. There wasn't a thought that didn't resonate as love light or light love. It just didn't occur. It just, we made it. We're one. We're all one with each other. We all participated. And so I learned to be part, to give my gifts for the collective. Rather than going through hard lessons to learn, we just did it. We woke up. And when I had to leave there, because now I had to go to Sirius to learn a whole other set of lessons, how to be in this reality as a teacher and a healer and a seer and a channel, how to learn all those things, because that wasn't my forte. When I went there and I had to leave this beautiful reality, it was really tough. It was really, really tough because it was so beautiful. But I needed to have that experience and then the Syrian experience and finally the Orion experience to actually finally get an atomic body, to get atomic so that I could be here and have atoms. It's a very interesting process, and I've written about it, and I will share that on the quantumwhisper.com blog at some point. I'm still editing it. So I want to share this with you. Okay. So there's been this whole, now I absolutely understand the where from and the why for of why I'm here and what we're doing together. We're a small group, but hey, all we need is the 8. We got the 9 today. So I'm the observer, right? You're the 8, I'm the observer. Beautiful. Wow. 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 So I've tended not to share that kind of stuff because it is a little woo-woo. And some people kind of have those memories and they don't know how to integrate it in here to be of service in a certain way. And they kind of are not grounded. So I really wanted to make sure I was very, very grounded before I shared this with you guys. So part 2, okay, part 2. And I started to write another blog about this today. So about a month and a half ago, I started having all these owl experiences, and I think it started with this new friend giving me this beautiful picture taken at dusk, just the shadow of an owl in a tree. I mean, so beautiful. I framed it and put it around. Then I found the owl, the baby owl, the owlet in our neighborhood, and rescued that. And then everywhere I turned, there were owls. And for me, owls mean one of two things: big, big change, or perhaps death. They came to me at different times for my grandmother's passings, and when we had those giant fires years ago, owls just kept coming and calling around my house. And I was like, something's going to happen. So this time, what I've realized is that a whole other energy has come in behind the scenes on the quantum. My word for it, because things started going wrong, I've had, I'm going to say, over a dozen big challenges. Maybe more like 15 in the last 3 weeks. And maybe it's been a month. And, it has to do with structure. And this is what we that we kind of started to work on is the structure, the male formatting, the patriarchal formatting higher of structure. And yes, we've needed structure because we've needed homes rather than caves, not enough caves to go around. And we needed laws because people have egos and they tend to get motivated by desire and grab things. So all of that's really worked, but it's been taken to a degree that it's something's not working now. And we're facing we're facing the crisis spelled out as climate change. I mean, we're 1.5 degrees hotter all over the planet than we were several years ago. The oceans are warming. We're having issues with fish and birds and sea life. So something's going on, okay? And I don't tend to be a predictor, but I'm telling you, we have a lot of work to do in the next 3.5 years. Okay. So, and energies come in up leveling. And that's the word I got, energy up leveled. And so any weaknesses in the structure in my field bloomed. Gas line, electric, water, skunks, rugs, uh, you know, our mini split, air conditioning thing just stopped working. Stuff at the office. I mean, everywhere with my family. I mean, and it was just because the energy's coming in and going. You got to get all this fixed. You got to get all this fixed as your energy has to keep going like this. And I want you to feel into that. It has to keep going. And I've got a friend, and she's kind of a little bit, more of an acquaintance friend, but I was talking to her yesterday and she relayed the same thing. All these things went wrong, almost to the T. And she's a little bit more spiritual person. She's one of the kindest people that I know casually. She just can't help herself. She's just kind. So she was getting it. And then I called my friend in Santa Fe who went to visit. And she had the same story to relate. Stop going. And her friends showed up from Abiquiu and they had the same story. And both of those people are very spiritual. So it's not something happening at us. It's something happening in our fields because the energy is going up a notch and it's rattling the structure. And so things that are weak, so all those things are weaknesses in our structure here. And they needed attention. And even my body went through some very strange kind of allergy kind of stuff. And other people around me did too, and I don't think it was flu or cold because it was just certain symptoms. So I'm going to hang on a second. We got a little. Yes, Lily, I know. Okay. Lily's been relating to what I'm saying. Bless you, Lily. And blessings to all of us. So I want to say, I'm telling you this, sort of stuff starts happening, you don't take it personally. You just go, okay, really? Another up leveling I have to do. Really? Okay. You know what I'm saying? You go, you just nod your head, and then you find your moments and you go into your I am. And so what happened yesterday was really interesting. So I got to call my friend in Santa Fe yesterday. And we related, we kind of downloaded and uploaded and downloaded and whatever, about everything. And and she on her own came to that word up leveling. And at the end of our conversation, you know what I saw? I saw an owl fly over our own pavilion and off into the trees. And it was telling me, you're good. So, there will be little things here and there, but I know that there's been a shift in the cycle of up leveling. And it is uplifting. It is uplifting. So the thing that I want to say is that we are now going to start to tune into these guideposts. And and they were first told to me as sacred laws, but nah, I don't think that's what they are. This morning I woke up and I get these downloads in the morning. I just wake up at 5 and hang for a couple hours. What do you want me to? Okay, you need to get up and write about the owls, and you're going to put pieces together. And okay. But I go, these things that you're sharing with everyone, think of them as guideposts. Guideposts. So you will read this, and we're going to do a meditation. We're going to do some. Last time we went back into our ancient essence, like I've had to do. And oh my gosh, we're talking billions of years. And time isn't even relative in this conversation, but it's been a long, long journey. And the I want to say it was all aimed at Earth. It was all aimed at Earth. And I am one of many who've been called, including you. I am one of many who've been called. I just happen to have been gifted those 4 things so that I could journey and remember, that I could go out of body and go have a look at everything and come back and tell the tale. So, and I'm really grateful for that. And the other thing that, that I want to say, I was born before my time, meaning as a kid, I had it. You can look in my eyes as that 5-month-old. I have a little picture. You look at it, and she was just the most cosmic being ever. And it wouldn't have worked in the 50s. Wouldn't have worked at all. I would have been probably taken out by who knows who as a kid. So got knocked out, forgot everything. And then I had to go through the process of remembering so I could teach other people how to remember. And also timing is of the essence in this particular cycle. This is a tiny, tiny little cycle. Tiny. The Earth has been here for, itself for probably, I can't remember, it's 8 or 13 billion years. But it's been here a long, long time and has gone through many cycles. So we're up leveling, hopefully without major catastrophe, into the 5th world. Now, there's a lot of psychics out there and they're going, oh, there's going to be apocalyptic this and that. You know what? I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on this now, and I'm going to focus on that we don't have to do it that way this time. Don't have to do it. But it means we're going to have to be centered on it, attentive, observing, declaring our I ams, and also just stepping now into our divinity. And it's practice makes perfect. It's really what you must do now is step into your divinity. And you know what? It doesn't mean that you're not going to get frustrated. You might even swear once in a while. You might even swear once in a while, okay? I've been known. And you step in and in here, that you are here for this up leveling to higher frequency dimensional reality. You just go, you know what? I don't totally get it, but my soul knows it. That's why I keep coming back on Mondays. Otherwise, you'd be like, I don't know what she's talking about. I got other things to do. I got to go play pickleball, right? So I appreciate, love, love, love all of you for that you keep showing up and showing up and showing up. And we have something to do. And what we do here, it just ripples out. It's not just for you. It's not for your co-IC members. No. We're doing this because it's your mission. we're doing this because it's your mission. You called this in. I called this in. So here's the deal. This is the one that came up, and I thought, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And it says, code love into all revelation. So I get stuff all the time. And it's, it comes in, it's like an aha, like the word upleveling. Just feel into that for a second. Upleveling. Feel into the vibration of it. And then let that vibration move out. So what does that mean in my life? What does that mean in my house? What does that mean in my family? What does that mean with, let it move out. And then code love into it. Kind of nod your head like, right, right. And you look way in there for yourself. You look way in there like this. You go way in. You feel the essence, your ancient essence, beautiful beings. And nod, ancient essence, and nod. You get that ancient look in your eyes. And then you go, blah, 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 blah. You nod your head again. Love, 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 love. And I'm going to say this. It's your duty. Isn't that funny that love is a duty? But it takes discipline to code love into all revelation, all ahas, all decisions. And I love that word code. You know how I love code. I love spiritual code. And so it's an actual process. It's like it's like when they code a computer software, they create an application, whatever they code, they're using very particular formatting symbols, you know, 0 1s. So it's just incredible to anchor information in, because you want to anchor information in to this crystalline frequency that we touch into when we are together. And when you remember, okay, I don't remember all the time, especially when there's a lot of brouhaha erupting. But when you can touch into that crystal, see, the beautiful thing about the crystalline dimensional arrangement matrix is that you put love in that and it goes, yes. Now, we're not at that place where we will never, ever, ever again have a negative thought. We're not there yet, especially when we read the news. Like, so we have to be careful about our thoughts, because when we're working with that crystalline network, we don't want those to go in. because in that Arcturian reality, there was no judgment. There was no polarization. They really worked through that. There was no division. There was the collective. And remember, this is one of the first guideposts. Work as a collective. Had that one when we were in Sedona. We're a collective. Now, here's the other thing. Sometimes there's things out there that we don't like. And see if you can find one thing about that person or thing that's okay. Just as an exercise. I'm going to do it right now. There's a there's not very many people I have issue with. I do it. There's a neighbor that's kind of being a little bit passive aggressive. And I go, okay, come on, Val, you can do it. And I did. I thought of one. I'm like, okay, okay. I thought I did it. So you can do it too. All right. So now let's close our eyes. Take a couple really gorgeous deep breaths in and out. Give the breath to you. Give the breath to yourself. Throw some love, 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 love waveform through your breath. Drop into yourself, your essence, your power. Do it. Own your presence, your I am. And while we're in this group and we are gathered, you are awakened. And that's our new agreement. We are all together, we are self-realized. And we have any thoughts, we part the curtains, we step forward. We nod our heads for the good of all. You do this for the good of all. And fire up that heart. Fire it up. Yeah. Come a vivacious love encoder. And let's, as this self-aware, realized field of awakened 6D crystalline quantum aliveness, quantum aliveness. Let's each choose 3 things. Can be anything you want. A person, a car, an office, a house. 3 things, people, energy, whatever, 3 right now that you encode with love. I want you to just contemplate your mission here, just for a moment. What's your mission? You've traveled all this way to be here, right now. What is your mission? And it can just be to wake up, to be an I am, participate. It can be that simple. So drop in, get it. Boy, it's like little fireworks going off as you guys are getting it. It's great. Woo! Woo! I love it. Mm. Wow. Good one. Okay, so I'm gonna say what mine is. I fiercely enkindle a path of empowering others to empower others for the good of all. Love, 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 love. That's mine. Probably when we get released from our time together today, you can write yours down. I think it'd be a great idea. We'll write it down. Put it into density. And that means that I'm empowering you because you're in my field. You're in my field to go and empower others. For themselves and for the good of all and for planetary reality. It's not just planetary consciousness, it's planetary reality. Mm-hmm. Okay, more awakening is happening here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, beautiful beings. So we have this field now. We've like woken up this field. So we've got our Arcturian 60 crystalline field right here. It's a model. And we've all shown up and said, okay, I'm here. I'm awake. I did it. I self-realized I'm here now, now, now. I'm here. I did it. Okay, so we're going to hold that model as one of the models. I'm sure there's others that are doing this. We're holding the model because we now have the model of the model. Okay. And we're going to hold this model very sacred and we're going to nurture it. We're going to nurture it with our mission statements and our I am declarations and our revelations that come to us. And we're going to coat it all, the whole thing with love. Do it. You might feel what's happening right now. It's a very big expansion. It's an agreement expansion. We're sanctifying this model. And encoding it with light love. There you go. And the planetary consciousness nods and says, why, thank you. Accepted, received, encoded. Very gracious reception of our offering. Here we go. And please, please, please include anything that you consider home, property around it, whatever. Please nod and say, please infuse, infuse, infuse. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, up level, but do it gently, please. Yeah. And you may see two different realities showing up. Not at one, align with the other. Observe that one. Inhabit this one. Inhabit. Wow. Atomic crystalline upleveling. Atomic crystalline upleveling. And it means that the atoms are aligning in these groupings. There's 8, but they're doing it in a matrix of 6 rather than 4. 4 is structure, 6 is crystalline. Right. Listen to this again, because I gave you a lot of information, and maybe even the first part you can skip through a little bit of story there, but get through to this part and get it again, because that induction is going to be necessary for the following week. You're going to have to get inducted into the familiarity of this possibility. Okay. Love your revelations and reveal love to others. And consider yourself now coders. You are coders. There's a certain intelligence to that. And how it is for you to code will be revealed to you with love. Okay. Okay, beautiful beings. You showed up. You showed up. Thank you. Yeah. Namaste.